All right, welcome class. This is our 6th week. We end next week, and just to give you all a heads up, we end next Friday, the 20th. That is the very last day of the class, the last day, meaning you got to have the test done by then. You have to have a major 4-page paper done by then, which I'll go over today very briefly, and I'll point out to you where it is in the syllabus. It gives a fairly, at least in my mind, a clear description of what it is I want. And so if you have to catch up on some of the assignments, I allow you to do so. I take some points off, but it's good for you to do so. So I really recommend that you do that if you're behind at all. If any of you want to make up some extra points on the first exam, I have a way for you to do that, but you need to talk to me, email me individually, and I will get back to you on that and let you know. I want to see how many people want to do that. And there's a way that those that need more points can get that, and those that just want a little bit, they can get that. So if you want to, get some extra points on that first exam, I have a way for you to do that. But you need to email me individually, and I'll get back to you on that. All right, so, okay, so the first thing, and I'll just repeat, the class is over a week from Friday. That's August 20th. So when this week, it says the paper, and it talks about the media analysis essay that you have, four-page essay, 3-4 pages, along with works referenced on there. And I think I require at least, let me see what I have. And by the way, I want that in a Word document. That's how I prefer to get it. It's worth 110 points, so a little over a tenth of the grade. So, it's probably worth a double space, 12-point font. Let me see what else it includes. Work size page. With all your sources on there, and I think I require at least 3. I can't see here. If you go to your modular 6 and you go down to media analysis essay, and you right at the bottom of the essay, you'll see in blue a little thing you can click on called media analysis essay instructions and rubric. If you click on that, you'll see how to write it. You'll see where you can go. If you want examples, you'll see where you can go and what pages in our text. On every chapter of our text, it has a critical analysis of some media object. And that's really what I want you to do is pick it. Like you could do some music. Let's say you have a favorite musician and you want to analyze 4 or 5 of their songs. Don't try to take off something that's too big. You can't do everything in 3 or 4 pages. So try to get something that is doable. Make sure you have a thesis statement. Make sure you have at least 3 references. And or maybe you want to look at Star Wars, maybe one movie or maybe several movies, or maybe you want to look at a genre. But you can't pick all the movies in that genre. So pick 2 or 3 movies. Books are fine. Maybe an advertising campaign you want to look at. Some of you might be in that area. Whatever it is, of those things that we've studied, the media study, pick what I call a media text. A text meaning the actual pictures or words or whatever it is you're going to analyze, and begin to analyze it. And then look at how things have been analyzed in our book. So let me just give you a quick example. Where's the book? I had it here a second ago. And now I lost it. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so on page 20, I can't see. On page 24, I'm going to get glasses today. Well, actually, I'm going to go get analyzed for glasses, the optometrist. So the media literacy, you see these this purple line through here, and it's called media literacy, and it says a case study, and it looks at masculinity in the media. So that's a good topic, and so you can take that and look at it. And every time you have this description, analysis, interpretation, and evaluation, the engagement, that's just turn it into me. So don't worry about that. But you need to describe what it is you're analyzing. You need to analyze it itself, and it says exactly what that is. And then you have to interpret it. Analysis is different than interpretation, and it has it right here. And then you have to finally do the evaluation. It has it there. Now, if you look again at some of the, every chapter has this. Okay, here I'm in chapter, I don't even know what chapter I'm in. This is chapter 10. So this is a media literacy case study. And this is Fighting the Dark Side, the gaming culture. And so they studied a particular game, and they looked at it and they analyzed it. What is right about that game? What is useful about it? Is it too violent? Is it too, how does it treat women? How does it treat men? What are the stereotypes there? All those kinds of things can be looked at through your critical analysis. That's what this class is about, helping you learn to critically analyze the media, because we all are media consumers. Now, some of us make our living looking at media and learning how to use it more effectively for advertising, but also for good in our culture. And so this kind of stuff of description, you can't criticize something unless you describe it from the creator's perspective. And then you analyze it, which is the patterns do you notice, and how do the characters of various genres, how are they portrayed? Is this a role game? How do they interact with one another? Those kinds of things are all part of the analysis. Then the interpretation. Describe what you think those patterns mean. And it's not just opinion here. You need to look at some other studies done if you're doing this on role games, and then bring that in. So real important assignment. It's over 10% of and every chapter has it. So, whatever you decide you want to do a book, or if you want to do a movie, or if you want to do advertising or song or whatever, look at how they have done it, and kind of, you don't have to have 4 parts like that. It can be more of an essay, but definitely I must see that you understand the text from the creator's perspective, that you do describe and analyze it, looking for those patterns. Then you interpret what those patterns mean, and then what's the fourth thing is evaluate. And then so now you need to bring some kind of, the evaluation just doesn't come from in here, oh, I like it or I don't like it. No, that's not it. The evaluation really needs to come from a moral and a ethical sort of thing. What is right and what is wrong and why? And again, references are important. So you can have 3, 4, 5 references. Look at what other people have done for analyzing and criticizing in not in the negative sense. It could be negative or it could be positive. Criticizing media text. All right, so that's something I want to bring to your attention, and that needs to be done. It doesn't have to be finished this week. It's got to be done next week, and it has to be done by Friday. But I would recommend you finishing it this week, because next week we have 3 chapters, not just 2. And although next week is kind of I don't have as many assignments, you have the second exam. Big 25% of the grade is that second exam. And there's no makeup for extra work on that exam. So this is going to be a tough week. This will be a week you really need to put the rubber to the road and get some things done. And if you have any questions, please email me and I'll try to get right back to you. And some of you have been doing that. Now, let's look at, so that's where you find out about this essay format and the required, and how also you see the essay rubric. So that's where to find that. Now, so if you need extra points, I already said that. PowerPoint lectures I'm putting up, and I'm putting those up instead of putting them up on emailing to you like I started to do it first. I'm putting them up in the modular. So last week I put some up, and they're usually at the very end. I add a new item right at the very end. So if you look at modular 5 and you go to the very end, you'll find the 2 PowerPoint lectures for last week, chapters, I think it was 8 and 9 and 10. This week's 11 and 12, I believe. And I haven't put those up yet, but I'll put those up later today. And so you'll have them. So do you have any more? Do you have any questions? Do you think any questions students might want to ask me, Shelby? You know? No? All right. So if you have any other questions, I'm going to put this up, but you're going to need to email me and I'll try to address those. I'm not going to go over the essay. I'm just going to put I'm sorry, the lecture. I'm just going to put it up and let you go over it. If you have questions, email me on the lectures, the PowerPoint lectures. I put them there. There's no need for me to spend a whole lot of time in PowerPoint lectures if I already took all the time to make those PowerPoints, unless you really show up and say, hey, I want it. But since most of you aren't showing up, either because you can't or because you choose not to, well, then I'm just going to give you the PowerPoint lectures. There will be, for next week, there will be a, for the exam too, there'll be a study guide that I'll make for you and clearly look at that. There's a couple of you on the last test that didn't do the essay part. And if you want to make up some of that, I can't give you all credit, but I can give you a little bit of credit if you want to do, excuse me, I can show you how to do that if you want to make some extra points on that, because that's a pretty big, there's 2 essay questions or 30 points. So that's a pretty big chunk of the test. So I don't know if you just missed it or you didn't have time or what, but I'll help you do that. You got to email me. I'll work with you. I know it's a very fast class, a lot of work to do in a very short period of time. And most of you are doing actually pretty good. But that test was tough for some of you. And so if you need to make up a little bit, I know it's your first test you took from me, let me know and I'll get back to you. Okay. Have a good day. Have a great week. Work hard. We're almost done. Be hopeful. By a week from Friday, we're going to close it all up and you're going to have your major paper done, your test done, all the rest of the, by the way, if you make up past work, I'll give you some credit for it. I know I said the syllabus I wouldn't, but since this is the first time I've been teaching this class online like this, and I'm doing it in the summer where it's really fast and all that kind of stuff, I'm being a little more generous than I usually would be. So let me know, talk to me through email, and we'll get you through this class if we can. All right, have a good day. Thank you for coming. You're my favorite student. Anybody that shows up is my favorite student. All right, well, thank you, and have a great week. I hope you have fun and work hard. Okay, bye-bye.